Hey, Steve Allen, I wish Joe Jacobs was here, but he is off for tonight. It's just me, Kyle Dean, here for tonight. Joe Jacobs will be back next week. He took the weekend off. So you get me for tonight and also Saturday afternoon for our 9-man playoff game. And we're going to get ready to roll here tonight as we are in Kulm for tonight's football game in this Class A matchup. It's a Region 1 matchup for the last regular season game for both of these teams. It's the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm Thunder hosting the Oaks Tornadoes for tonight's matchup. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm comes in with a 3-1 region record. They are 5-2 overall. And Oaks comes in with a 0-4 region record. They are 0-4 over 0-7, overall. So once again, Region 1 standings at this point. The number 1 seed is locked up for Northern Cass. The number 2 seed is locked up for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. Both of those teams are in the playoffs. They still need one more team to enter the playoffs. It's between Milnor, North Sargent, and Carrington. Those two teams play tonight to see who's going to be the number 3 seed from Region 1. But tonight, Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm, they are already in the playoffs, and they're going to be taking on the Oaks Tornadoes. Oaks trying to look for their first win of the season. Once again, playoffs will start next weekend for EEK, and we will find out which opponent they will play because, well, they're playing tonight to see who will be coming to Kulm next weekend. It's between Park River, Fordville, Lincoln, and Harvey Wells County. Those two teams are playing in Harvey for tonight, and I should begin some score updates for that game to see who the Thunder will be playing next weekend. But tonight, once again, it's the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm Thunder with a 5-2 record taking on Oaks and a 0-7 record. Let's start things off for the pregame show here on KSJB and KSJBAM.com. I sat down with the head coaches to talk about this upcoming game. We're going to start with the head coach of the Oaks Tornadoes. That would be Greg Dobitz, and we talked about this upcoming game and how he's trying to look for that first win of the season. I'm talking to Greg Dobitz, head coach for the Oaks Tornadoes. Coach, thanks for joining me here today.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Hey, your team had a rough season this year, but you probably had some positives come out of the season. What are some positives that you saw from this season then?
Well, we saw a lot of positive things the other night. We played Northern Cass at home, and I was really pleased with the strides we've made. You know, we're kind of in a year where our success can't be defined by the scoreboard. We're starting 5 freshmen on the offensive line. We have 1 senior that's playing. We started the year with 2 seniors, but 1 got injured. We just can't define our success by what's on the scoreboard. So we look for little things. We moved the ball really well against the number 1 team in the region. Couldn't punch it in the end zone, but we moved it really well. We forced a turnover on them and got her down inside the 5-yard line and just couldn't punch it in. And then, you know, I thought defensively we played really well. So the strides we're making are small and incremental, but they're there. We can see them.
And now, before we get to this weekend's game, next year you guys are going down to 9-man. How does your team feel about that?
It's going to be great for our program. We've been a successful program, very successful. We're just in a number crunch right now. Our senior class this year, our junior class this year, and our sophomore class this year are just small comparable to what we have coming. And the 9-man move for us is going to be great for our program because it's going to allow us to play JV games. Mm-hmm. We have not played a JV game. Well, we actually did. We played 1 JV game this year with basically our starters for our varsity team, but you know, we didn't play our seniors and one of our juniors. But then, you know, the rest of the team played a JV game. So that was the first JV game we played in 2.5 years. It's just the change from 8th grade football to varsity football is so huge. You need to step in between that, and the move down to 9-man is going to give us that ability to grow our program. And I know you know, it's football. I know there's 2 less guys, and I know there's a little more space and all that stuff. But you know what? The team that blocks the best, the team that tackles the best, and the team that holds onto the football wins the football game. So it's at its base roots, it's the same game.
And before you move down to 9-man next year, you have your last game versus Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm for 11-man, who had a 34-0 win versus Milnor North Sargent last week. They're in the playoffs for this season. What's your game plan for this upcoming game to try and play some spoiler?
Well, it's our game plan has been what it's been all year. So our game plan is to limit mistakes. We haven't been very good at it. Our first couple of games this year, we were pretty good. We didn't turn the football over that much. We're going to use the play clock up until the last 5 seconds on offense. We're going to try to slow the game down. We're going to try to keep the ball away from the other team's offense. We can't have penalties. That was a big thing on Friday night, and it's kind of been a theme. We've been getting into penalty trouble. So we're not a team that can be 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 13 or second and that long too. We just can't be successful like that. We need to stay ahead of the sticks. Defensively, we need to tackle really well. We know Clayton Greenike is a load. It is what it is. We have to tackle low to get him on the ground. If we can do those things, we feel like, hey, fourth quarter comes around, we might have a chance at this thing. We haven't been there yet. We've played 7 games and have not been in that situation. We're hoping to be there this weekend.
And what do you expect the biggest challenge then? Was it kind of the turnover ratio, or will be tackling the running back Greenike?
Yeah, I think our biggest challenge will be up front, in our offensive and defensive line, against their offensive and defensive line, and then to compound that, you got Clayton running the football. So if we can get some push offensively, like we did on Friday night, and move the ball incrementally down the field and stay ahead of the stick, not turn the football over, and then find a way on 1 down, stop Clayton from getting yards, because then that gets Ellendale out of Edgeley-Kulm out of what they want to do, and if we can get him into 2nd and long or 3rd and long, then we got a chance, we feel like.
And just like the coach said there, Greg Dobitz, that all they want to do is stop Clayton Greenike, and he is a force to be reckoned with as he is playing the running back position for the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm Thunder, and he has over 20 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, I should say, for the Thunder, and that's pretty much how they ride into the playoffs, is with Clayton Greenike and also most of their seniors just pushing into the playoffs. And now Oaks trying to look for that first win and play some spoiler tonight. Taking a look at the roster, they have 2 seniors on the squad only, 3 juniors, 4 sophomores, and 11 freshmen. 11 freshmen, so majority of the team is 11 freshmen from my count. And once again, they will be moving down to 9-man next season, in which both the town, the community, and also the coach, as he said, they are really excited to move down and be more competitive. And there's a lot of freshmen coming up that the team will be probably pretty dangerous. When we come back, we'll break down the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm Thunder. I also talked to their head coach when we come back after this 3-minute break on AM 600 KSJB, online at ksjbam.com. We're back here from Kulm for tonight's football action, Class A football, Region 1. It's Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm with their 5-2 record taking on Oaks, their 0-7 record for this matchup. Their last meeting happened on October 16th, 2015 in Oaks, in which Oaks defeated Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 23-20, and Oaks went on to go to the playoffs last season, and that was for the number 3 seed in the region last year. Things are a little bit different for this year, though. Already locking up the number 2 seed is Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. Oaks still trying to look for their first win of this season. I actually sat down with John Sheely, head coach for the Thunder, and talked about his first time in the playoffs as a co-op between the 3 schools, and also about this upcoming game and who would they like to play in the playoffs next weekend. Joining me today is John Sheely, head coach for the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm Thunder. Coach, congratulations on making the playoffs, and thank you for joining me here today.
Oh, thank you, and it's not a problem.
Well, last week your team had a 34-0 win over Milnor North Sargent. That win helped your team secure your first trip to the playoffs in the co-op history. How does your team feel after clinching the number 2 seed in the playoffs?
That it was a goal of ours to make it to the playoffs regardless of what seed we were, and coming out of that game last week, the boys played excellent. It's probably our most complete all-around game of the year, so they were pretty pumped about that, and we're hoping to carry it on here for the next couple weeks.
And your next game is versus Oaks before playoffs approach. They had a 26-0 loss versus Carrington last week. Their season has been a rough one, plus this will be their last game as 11-man Class A team for the near future, that is. What's your game plan for the upcoming game?
Kind of the same as always. Control the football, be sound defensively. They're going to throw some wrinkles in there. They always do. And just stay sound more than anything. Stay sound and stay crisp and stay on our game.
What do you anticipate to be the biggest challenge for this game then?
Keeping your head in it. We know their record says they're 0-7, but you got to go into every game being in the right frame of mind, and I said being fundamentally sound. We're just looking to execute. That would be the biggest thing, and to stay sharp. We know we're in the playoffs, but that doesn't mean we don't come out and play hard and play sharp and play our game. So we just want to stay fundamentally sound throughout the night.
And speaking of the playoffs, what team would you rather play in the playoffs next Saturday? Park River, Fordville, Lincoln, or Harvey Wells County for a rematch?
It's a horse apiece. Sometimes you don't want to play the same team again, because you got that background, and we've had a good history here the last couple of years with Harvey. And, and Park River's got a good tradition here the last few years, so they're going to be a sound football team also. But to pick one, I can't right now. It'd be hard for me to tell which one I would rather play because they're both good teams.
And like he said, he's just focusing on this game right now because there's a chance, you never know. That's why you play the game. There might be a spoiler that happens, and that's why you play the game. But of course, they are also looking forward to the playoffs. They just he really doesn't want to pick which player or which team he wants to play because, like he said, they're a horse apiece, quote unquote. And I'll try to get score updates from that game here throughout the night. Last time Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm made the playoffs. Well, Edgeley made the playoffs by themselves in 1985 as 9-man. Kulm, they have not made the playoffs by themselves as 9-man. Now, Ellendale, they made the playoffs in 2009 as 9-man. Then Edgeley-Kulm, they won, actually they were last time in the playoffs in 2010. They won the state title in 1994 and in 2004. That was for the Edgeley-Kulm co-op. Ellendale was by himself, in which they made the playoffs in 2009. They finally co-opted about 2 years ago, I believe. It was 4 years ago almost. And this is where they are now, and they are first time as a co-op in the playoffs here for this 2016 season. Once again, Kyle Dean here with you. Joe Jacobs is off for this weekend. He will be back next weekend. When we come back in 2 minutes, we'll have the starting lineups on AM 600 KSJB, online at ksjbam.com. Hey, we are back here in Kulm for tonight's Class A football matchup. Kyle Dean here with you. Joe Jacobs off for the weekend. Looking at the Class A football tournament, which we're still waiting on some teams to figure out who plays who. Right now, Langdon area Munich is in the playoffs as Region 2 number 2 seed. They're waiting for their matchup to see who they're going to play. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm, they're the number 2 seed in Region 1. They're still waiting to see who they can play. We'll find out tonight. Killdeer Cowboys are in as the Region 4 number 2 seed, and Bishop Ryan Lions are the Region 3 number 2 seed. They're still waiting for them to see who they're going to play. The teams that have byes in the playoffs already into the quarterfinals. Northern Cass is the Region 1 number 1 seed, and Larimore High School is the Region 2 number 1 seed. Delax Burlington is the Region 3 number 1 seed, and then the Region 4 number 1 seed is Hazen High School. That's what it looks like for the playoffs so far. After tonight, we will find out who plays who next Saturday afternoon. Speaking of playoffs, tomorrow afternoon we have a playoff game here on KSJB. It's 9-man playoff. It's Kidder County at New Rockford Cheyenne in New Rockford. We will have pregame about 1:10 in the afternoon and kickoff at 1:30 p.m. tomorrow afternoon on KSJB and KSJBAM.com. And don't forget, the Bison game will be on our sister station, Mix 93.3 FM, for tomorrow afternoon. And then next Saturday, we're back in Kulm as the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm is hosting a playoff game. Once again, we'll figure out who they play after tonight. Let's get to the starting lineups as we still have a few moments here before the national anthem and also their starting lineups. Starting with the Oaks Tornadoes for their offense. Wearing number 4 as a wide receiver or junior at 170 pounds, it's Tyler Voigtman. Number 14, a wide receiver, sophomore at 145 pounds, Taylor Schall. We're number 15, a quarterback, sophomore at 120 pounds, it's Coy Awender. We're number 16, wide receiver, sophomore, 150 pounds, Andrew Deflifson. We're number 25, a running back, junior at 150 pounds, Garrett Maygill. Number 28, he's a running back, a senior, 165 pounds, Chris Schmidt. Number 56, offensive lineman, a freshman, 140 pounds, Logan Sell. Number 70, offensive lineman, freshman, 170 pounds, Gabe Quant. Number 71, another offensive lineman, freshman, 145 pounds, Carter Deering. Number 73, an O-lineman, freshman, 220 pounds, Kyle Thompson. And we're number 79, offensive lineman, freshman, 245 pounds, Hunter Greenmeyer for the Oaks Tornadoes. Head coach, Greg Dobitz. He's 6-year head coach. He has a 33-21 record as a head coach. Assisted by Nolan Peterson, Mike Kraus, Corey Shaw, and Jordan Lynch. School colors are orange and black. They're wearing their white jerseys with black helmets with an orange O on the back of the helmet. When we come back after our national anthem, we are going to have the starting lineups for the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm Thunder. And, we'll send it to break here really quick. Let's take about a 2-minute break. And when we come back, we'll continue the pregame show, KSJB. We're back in Kulm. We're still waiting for the national anthem. We'll continue the pregame show here really quick. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm, taking a look how their season went for this year. They won 34-0 versus Dakota Prairie. They won 30-28 at Harvey Wells County. They lost 49-23 at Larimore. They won 40-12 versus Carrington in Ellendale. They won 43-35 at Oak Grove. They lost 50-26 versus Northern Cass, and they won 34-0 at Milnor North Sargent for last weekend. The Class A polls. Number 1 ranked, Larimore with 15 first-place votes at 7-0 record. Number 2 ranked is Hazen with 1 first-place vote. They have a 6-1 record. Number 3 is Des Lacs Burlington, 6-1 record. Number 4 is Langdon Munich with a 6-1 record. And the 5th-ranked team is Killdeer with a 5-2 record. Others receiving votes, Bishop Ryan at 6-1 and Northern Cass also at 6-1. That's a look at the Class A football poll. Once again, you can check out the polls online at ksjbam.com and click on that sports tab. And it looks like we're going to have the national anthem here very shortly and the starting lineup. So when we come back, we'll continue the pregame show on KSJB. Back in Kulm for tonight's Class A matchup. Oaks taking on Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. Let's get to the starting lineups for the Thunder. We're number 2 for offense. This is offense now. He's a quarterback, a junior at 185 pounds, Jacob Dewald. We're number 3, a running back, junior at 190 pounds, Clayton Greenike. We're number 15, a wide receiver at a senior, 175 pounds, Brennan Vance. Number 44, a fullback, junior, 185 pounds, Nathan Peterson. Number 50, a guard, junior, 175 pounds, Dalton Schnabel. Number 55, a tackle, junior, 215 pounds, Wyatt Nitschke. Number 58, a tackle, senior, 170 pounds, Casey Strong. Number 61, guard, senior, 190 pounds, Weston Ellianson. Number 72, center, sophomore, 175 pounds, Parker Rawl. Number 81, tight end, senior, 185 pounds, Luke Wirtz. Number 82, wide receiver, senior, 165 pounds, Hunter White for the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm Thunder. Head coach John Sheely, he's in his 4th year. He has an 8-23 overall record. First time with a winning record and into the playoffs for the co-op. Assisted by Garrett Irie, Philip King, Austin Flynn, Todd Kozel, Kelly Fisher, and Alex McLean. School colors, black and gold. They're wearing their black uniforms with a thunderbolt on their helmet. That's gold with black helmets. That's your starting lineups for both sides of the football tonight on KSJB and KSJBAM.com. Don't forget, you can download our free app for your phone or tablet. Just type in KSJB on the Google Play or the Apple App Store for tonight. Thank you to Steve Allen running the board tonight on the Friday night. Our last Friday night game, if you can believe it. And we're going to just have Saturday afternoon games now because it's playoffs from here on out after tonight's game. As they're meeting in the middle to get ready for this matchup, we'll be back in 30 seconds. Kickoff, KSJB. Here we are in Kulm as we're getting ready for kickoff. The Oaks Tornadoes are kicking off to the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm Thunder for this matchup tonight. Last regular season game, Oaks looking for their first win, and the Thunder trying to gain some momentum to get things going. Getting ready to receive for the Thunder. And there's the kick. It's actually going to be picked up officially by, I believe, Taylor Walks, I'll see here. Yes, Taylor Walks gets at it, and it's going to start at the 40-yard line. So they're going to start at the 40, start at the first quarter, 11:54 in the first quarter. And here we go for the Thunder to start things off on offense. Once again, by myself here tonight. Joe Jacobs will be back next weekend. Underneath center is Jacob Dewald, I formation, and they're going to snap it right away, hand it off to Clayton Greenike onto the right side, and he's going to gain 5 yards on that to start things off for Clayton Greenike. That'll make it 2nd and 5 or so for the Thunder at their own 45-yard line. They just went on to the right side in I formation with a quick snap, and the Thunder are going up to the line of scrimmage. Dewald underneath center, I formation, one wide receiver left, one to the right, quick snap, and they're actually going to hand it off to the fullback this time. And he's going to gain roughly 2 or 3 yards on that. Fullback, that would be Nathan Peterson. And it's going to be 3rd and short near midfield for the Thunder. They're lining up at the line of scrimmage. Jacob Dewald, I formation, one wide receiver left, one to the right yet. And they're going to hand it off Greenike. He beats one tackle. He sides to the left, and he's going to get close to that first down. And that's still going to be a 3-yard gain, but will be a first down for the Thunder. Oh, it's going to be close. They're going to say chain gang or first down. Let's see what's going to happen as the ball's already out. Ready here for the snap, and they're going to move it for the chain gang. They were going to go for it on 4th down either way. It's officially on the 49-yard line in Oaks territory for the Thunder. And there's the snap. This time Greenike again goes to the left side. He's going to the 40, to the 30, the 20, the 10, and that's going to be a sidestep inside for the goal line. That's a 50-yard touchdown run for Greenike. Clayton Greenike already gets a touchdown to start things off for the Thunder at the 10:37 mark in the first quarter. A 50-yard touchdown run for number 3 himself, Clayton Greenike. Waiting for the field goal unit. Kicking the field goals will be Cole Gehring. He's a junior on the squad. Holding it for the snap is Hunter White. Snap, hold, kick, up, way up. And it's definitely good. 7-0 Thunder in the lead. Back in 1 minute, KSJB. And here's kickoff going to Oaks now. And that could be a touchback. Yeah, it's going to go right in the end zone for the touchback. Oaks will start at their own 20-yard line for the Oaks Tornadoes with 10:37 remaining in the first quarter. It was already a 50-yard touchdown run by Clayton Greenike. Extra point was good. 7-0. EEK is in the lead tonight in Kulm. Thunder already getting ready for the playoffs next Saturday afternoon, hopefully for some score updates for the Harvey Wells County and Park River Fordville Lincoln game going on in Harvey tonight. All right, here we go underneath center for Oaks. That's going to be the quarterback, Awender. And taking the run on the far side would be the running back. And I'm going to see, it's going to be Chris Schmidt on that. He gains 3 yards to make it 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line. Chris Schmidt, he's a senior running back, the lone senior that's starting. We have another senior, is Jordan Cunningham, and he, I believe, I don't see him playing right now on the field. Here goes the Tornadoes. They're lining up at the line of scrimmage. One wide receiver left, one to the right, I formation. Underneath center is Awender, and he's going to hand it off again right through the middle. And that's only about 1 yard gain for Schmidt from what I can see for that carry. He has 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 6 now on the 24-yard line for the Oaks Tornadoes on their own 24-yard line. 9:40 remaining, first quarter, 7-0. Thunder in the lead so far. Waiting for the play from head coach Greg Dobitz, his 6th year as a head coach. 3rd and 6, Tornadoes. They have I formation, one wide receiver to left, one to the right, actually single back formation. Dropping back for a pass, tight end, and caught it with a one hand, and a great catch there by Tyler Voigtman.
20-yard gain.
That's a 20-yard gain with that completion from Allwender to Voigtman for a 20-yard gain and the first down for the Tornadoes. And the ball will be placed on the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line for Oaks. 9 minutes remaining. And that play looks like it was going to be broken up, but here's a nice pass to the tight end wide open. And nobody covering him, and gains 20 yards for the Tornadoes. White jerseys with orange trim tonight. It's going to be shotgun formation for the quarterback for Allwender. He's going to do a quick pass on the left side to Voigtman, and he's going to lose 5-10, about 4 yards it looks like by Voigtman on that short pass. That will make it 2nd and long, about that 14 or so. Looks like it's going to be placed on the 39-yard line. Looks like Greg Dobitz getting the play to his team on offense. Once again, Tornadoes looking for their first win for tonight. They're lined up at the line of scrimmage. Underneath center is Allwender, sophomore, I formation, 2 wide receivers, far side of the field. And they're going to hand it off on the left side. And that's going to be a tackle right away. Met at the line of scrimmage was a horde of thunder. And that's going to be Schmidt on that carry. Looks like a gain of maybe 1 and maybe 0. Looks like no gain on that by Schmidt. Now we'll make it officially 3rd and long on the field. The ball's on their own 40-yard line for the Oaks Tornadoes. They're going to have 3 wide receivers to the near side of the field, 1 on the far side, and one of them has to get off the field. Waiting for the snap now, and we're going to have a flag on the play. It looks like there was a mishap on the formation. We'll see what the coach says on this flag. And once again, one of the members was, are they going to wave off the flag now? Because one of the members was getting off the field, so they're going to wave off the flag. So no flag on that, no penalty. And with that, we still have a clean game tonight, first quarter, 7:24 remaining. We're online today, KSJBAM.com. Download our app free for your phone or tablet. Also, a quick note, NDSU Bison game will be tomorrow afternoon on Mix 93.3 FM. We have playoff game for 9-man football coming up tomorrow afternoon. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 running back right beside him. Allwender looking for a quick pass, and it's completed, and he's going to be tackled after gaining maybe about 4 yards. That's Taylor Shaw. Taylor Shaw's going to get a 4-yard gain or so, and that will make it 4th and roughly 6. 4th and 6. That play was actually roughly a 7-yard gain for tonight on that one. Waiting here for the next play for the Oaks Tornadoes. They're facing a 4th and 6. The ball is on the 46-yard line. I formation, 2 wide receivers to the left. They're still confused on the wide receiver set, so 3 wide receivers on the left. Shotgun formation, there's the snap, dropping back. He's just going to throw it up. It's caught there by Schmidt and going to be brought down with a loss of 2 on that. Loss of 2, and take over on downs will be the Thunder.
Thunder will have the ball.
6:10 remaining.
44-yard line.
6:10 remaining here in your first quarter, and the Thunder are taking over at the 44-yard line in Oaks territory. Keep in mind, in Oaks territory. Snap, Dewald dropping back. He's going to go for a tight end. It's intercepted by the Oaks Tornadoes. And that's a dangerous pass there by the Thunder. Dewald with an interception to start things off.
Now Oaks takes over.
That's going to be intercepted by... I didn't see who got the interception, but either way, Oaks has the ball right back. And wow, just like that, it's still 7-0, but a dangerous throw. And the Thunder can't do that when it comes to playoff time. Yes, they're already in the playoffs. They're taking over, it looks like, at their own 30-yard line for the Oaks Tornadoes now. I formation. One wide receiver left, one to the right. Handoff again to Schmidt, it looks like. And a gain of 1 or so on that one to make it 2nd and long for the Oaks Tornadoes. 5:48 remaining. Kyle Dean here with you. Joe Jacobs on for this weekend. 7-0 Thunder in the lead tonight in Kulm. Online at KSJBAM.com. Once again, that was an interception by Dewald for the Thunder. Turned it right over, and Oaks gets it right back. Underneath center is Awender. I formation, 2 wide receivers, far side of the field. They're going to toss it. Toss it on the left side, and he's going to be met is Tyler Voigtman, the junior, and a loss of 2 yards by Voigtman. 3rd down and 11 for the Oaks Tornadoes. 5 minutes remaining, first quarter, 7-0 Thunder. And that was a loss of 2 once again, as it was Voigtman taking the toss and trying to sweep it over to the near side of the field. And he was met by 3 defenders by the Thunder. And here's Oaks on a 3rd and long situation deep in their own territory at about the 30, it looks like 29-yard line or so. Awender underneath center, 1 wide receiver to left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield. Schmidt is not going to get the handoff. Could be a quick pass and complete it to the wide receiver on the left side to Andrew Detlefson. And that's looks like a 4th down. No gain on that from Detlefson. That's Andrew Detlefson, a wide receiver, sophomore at 150 pounds. 4:15 remaining in your first quarter, 7-0 in favor for the Thunder. Once again, they already have 1 turnover, the Thunder do. An interception by Dewald. They're going to punt it away, it looks like. The Oaks Tornadoes are ready in the backfield for the Thunder. It's going to be Dylan Madkey, and it's going to be a punt. Caught Madkey about the 32-yard line. Beats 1 tackle, far side of the field, and finally out of bounds at the 45. A good 12-yard return for the Thunder. 3:43 remaining. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm takes over now. The ball is officially going to be placed at their own 45-yard line. Remember, last possession, they had an interception. That was Jacob Dewald throwing the interception. And here we go on offense again for the Thunder. Up 7-0, I formation, 2 wide receivers on the near side. They're going to do a toss to Greenike. Greenike gets off to the edge, to the 50, to the 40, off to the races, sidestep, to the 30, and back inside. He's still going and finally tackled after getting 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, almost 30 yards. So that's a 28-yard gain by Greenike. And it's 1st and 10 deep into Oaks territory already. Once Greenike has been the factor for this team as he's been run, scoring over 20 touchdowns in the season. Here we go underneath center is Jacob Dewald, I formation. And they're going to fake it to Greenike. There's the pass to the tight end, complete. And trying to get a jersey tackle, but still going. And is it going to be a touchdown? It's going to be a touchdown, a 28-yard touchdown pass.
Thunder.
And that's Thunder for the touchdown. And that was completed to Luke Wirtz. Luke Wirtz has a 28-yard touchdown pass. And just like that, it's officially 13-0, waiting for the extra point now for the Thunder. Waiting for the snap and the hold, and there's the snap, hold, kick, up, Gary. And that's definitely good. 14-0, 3:10 remaining. Touchdown for the Thunder. Back in a minute, KSJB. There's kickoff, and it's Tyler Voigtman taking back the return for the Oaks Tornadoes. And he's met about the 30-yard line, and that's where the Tornadoes will start with 3:03 remaining. Once again at 14-0 in favor for the Thunder. It was a touchdown pass, a 28-yard touchdown pass from Jacob Dewald to Luke Wirtz. And it's 14-0 after the extra point. Here comes the Oaks Tornadoes, ready on offense again, down by 2 scores. 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line is what the refs are going to say. Lining up at the line of scrimmage underneath center once again is going to be Coy. Allwender. I formation. Handed off on the left side to Schmidt. Spin move in the middle. And he's going to gain, it looks like, about 3 yards or so on that by Schmidt for the Tornadoes. 2:53 remaining, first quarter. Online at KSJBAM.com. Second and 7. 33-yard line for the Oaks Tornadoes here in Culm tonight. They're getting a play from Greg Dobitz. He's doing hand singles on the far side of the field. Lining up at the line of scrimmage is Coy Allwender. I formation, one wide receiver to the left, one to the right. Snap, and we might have a flag, but no flag, as it looks like it was Schmidt with the carry, and he's going to gain about 2 yards by Schmidt. And that will make it 3rd and 5 on their own 35-yard line for the Oaks Tornadoes. 2 minutes remaining or so in the first quarter tonight in Culm. We are waiting for some results on that Harvey Wells County and Park River Fordville Lincoln game, and I'm hoping I can get some score updates from that game in Harvey for tonight, because that's who EEK is waiting for to see who they're going to play. Shotgun formation for Allwender. 2 wide receivers on the far side. There's a shotgun. He's going to throw it way up in the air and easily intercepted by Brennan Vance on that. And that is Brennan Vance with the interception. And it's going to be Thunder football. So each team has 1 turnover so far for tonight's matchup. Thunder taking over at 1:34 remaining in the first quarter. The ball will be on their own 49-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Thunder now at their own 49-yard line. Lining up underneath center is Jacob Dewald. And we have triple backs in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to the left side and running hard. That will be, I believe that was Talon Walks. I didn't see. I think it was number 26. Yep, Talon Walks with that carry. Gain of 6 yards on that one. Second down and 4 coming up here for the Thunder. 1:14 remaining, first quarter. They're already up 14-0 tonight in Culm. Underneath center is Dewald. Triple back once again. This time they're handing it off to Cole Gehring. Cole Gehring breaks free, and he's going to gain a 5, 10, 15, 20, roughly about 18-yard gain by Gehring. 18-yard gain by Cole Gehring, the running back junior. And 175 pounds. First down for the Thunder in Oaks territory. 52 seconds remaining in your first quarter. Once again, the Oaks Tornadoes are looking for their first win of the season. Thunder trying to get to that 6-2 mark. Underneath center is Dewald, triple back formation, and it's going to be a pass. Dewald and right over the hands of Talon Walks, and that is going to be an incomplete pass to make it 2nd and 10. The clock stops with 32 seconds remaining in your first quarter. See what the Thunder are going to do here. Already up. They're getting a play from Coach Sheely right now for this matchup tonight. First quarter about to wrap up. Up 14-zip. Underneath center is Dewald, I formation. He's going to drop back for a pass. Going up for a long pass. And right through the hands of Hunter White. Incomplete pass. And just like that, it's be 3rd down now. 3rd and 10 for the Thunder deep in Oaks territory at about the 26-yard line. 27 seconds remaining, though. First quarter going pretty quick here tonight. Line up the line of scrimmage is Dewald, 3rd and 10, I formation. They're going to toss it to Greenike. Greenike has a defender. He tries to plow forward, and he's trying to get a little bit more forward. He breaks free on the Jersey tackle, still going, and he's going to walk in with the touchdown, Greenike. That will be officially a 26-yard touchdown or so. Say a 27-yard touchdown run by Greenike. And that will be the end of the quarter, I believe, almost. Nope, 15 seconds remaining. So 15 seconds remaining. Waiting here for the extra point now.
Lining up for the extra point.
That was a 27-yard touchdown run by Green Ike. Extra point. Snap, hold, kick, up, and easy because there's no wind here tonight in North Dakota. We're going to take a 30-second break. KSJB.
You're always
just 30-second because we have first quarter wrapping up.
Call Mike Chenke in Edgeley at 493-2541
What?
and ask about the Medicare supplement.
That-
in life.
Who got the touchdown?
Oh, that was the Thunder. EEK.
The Thunder?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep, 21-zip.
All right, this is going to be a blowout game.
It's going to go quick second half. Just letting you know. You'll be done by 8:30.
2541.
It's 21-0 in favor for the Thunder. A 27-yard touchdown run by Clayton Green Ike. Extra point good. 21-zip right now. First quarter about to wrap up. Oaks are getting ready to return the kickoff as we're heading into the second quarter. Kyle Dean here with you. Joe Jacobs off for tonight. And for the weekend, he'll be back next weekend for the playoff game for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. Line drive kick. Still rolling. And picked up finally there by Voigtman. And he's still trying to run at 20. He's at the 25 with 7 seconds remaining. So they're going to start at their own 25-yard line with, once again, 7.2 seconds remaining for the Oaks Tornadoes. I believe that's 7.2 seconds from what I can see from the scoreboard. Waiting here for the play that will send it to the second quarter. Oaks is lining up. Allwender underneath center, I formation, one wide receiver left, one to the right. They're at the near hash mark here, close to the radio station. And there's a quick handoff to Schmidt, and that will wrap it up after a 3-yard gain by Schmidt. So after that, after 1 quarter of play, 21 for the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm Thunder, 0 for the Oaks Tornadoes. Back in a minute, KSJB. We're back here in Culm tonight for this matchup, Class A Region 1 matchup, final regular season of the game for both of these teams. Oaks looking for their first win, and EEK is looking for momentum to go into the playoffs next Saturday afternoon. It is 21-0 in favor for the Thunder, and they're switching sides of the fields now. Oaks will officially be at their own 29-yard line on a second and a manageable 6 or so for the Oaks Tornadoes. Kyle Dean here with you for tonight. Steve Allen running the board. Waiting for the snap. Ooh, we might have had a little offsides on the defense. Yep, offsides on the defense, and that's going to give them free yardage for the Oaks Tornadoes. It's going to be second and roughly 1, it looks like. So they have to be disciplined on that. Is a jump on the line on the hard count. Here we go on a second and 1 for the Oaks Tornadoes. 34-yard line. Have to get to the 35. Allwender, I formation. And they are just going to hand it off to the fullback. It looks like that was Schmidt again with the carry. Yeah, Schmidt will gain it for 5 yards on that. To make it first and 10 for the Oaks Tornadoes, 39-yard line. That's where they are, their own 39-yard line. Second quarter just started, 21-0 in favor for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. Again, the play from head coach Greg Dobitz for the Oaks Tornadoes, lining up at the line of scrimmage. 2 wide receivers near side. I formation underneath center is Coy Allwender. Snap, and they're going to hand it off once again to the first back, and looks like it was once again Schmidt. And he's going to gain 1 yard, it looks like, from this far side of the field. It's going to be at about the 41-yard line. Second and 9 for the Oaks Tornadoes. Each team has 1 turnover, only 1 penalty so far for this game, and that is on the Thunder. Nice night here tonight in Culm. No wind. Beautiful temperatures, not too hot, not too cold. A perfect October evening for some football action. Underneath center is Allwender. One back in the backfield to Schmidt. He's going to drop back as Allwender throwing it up there. Intercepted, but then it's fumbled, then picked right back up. They're going to say down, though, after the fumble happened. And it's going to be picked up by Philip Hagan, I believe, had the interception, and that will be a turnover, I believe. We'll see what the refs officially say. No, it was called incomplete, they said. So incomplete, so he did not hang on to it enough for the possession. Incomplete pass for Allwender. He had to hang on to it, but then it fumbled. If he just took a few more steps, it would have been officially an interception, but here it is, 3rd and 9 for the Oaks Tornadoes in their own territory. 10:47 remaining. Underneath center is Allwender. Trying to show the blitz are the Thunder. 3 wide receivers on the right side, dropping back Allwender. He's just going to throw it up on the screen pass. Gets to Schmidt. He gets the first down, still running for more at the 40, and finally tackled roughly at the 37-yard line. That's going to be a great gain. Good 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It looks like about a 23-yard gain. That's a completion, and that was on a screen pass. They are in Thunder territory now. 10:37 remaining, 21-zip on that screen pass by the Oaks. But once again, it's 21-zip in favor for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. Second quarter rolling through here tonight. Underneath center is Allwender, I formation, 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Snap, handoff. This time it's going to be handoff to Garrett Magill. Garrett Magill with the handoff, and he's gains 9 yards. Magill. So that'll make it roughly the 28-yard line. Second and short coming up for the Oaks Tornadoes. They have a great drive going on right here. Magill took the handoff right through the left side of the guard and kept going and gains 9 yards. Under 10 minutes remaining, second quarter. Oaks driving in Thunder territory. Underneath center, Cole Allwender, I formation, 2 wide receivers, far side. This time it's Schmidt with the handoff, and he's going to get that first down, a gain of 2 yards. For Schmidt, first down for the Tornadoes, and they're still driving. The ball is on the 25-yard line in Thunder territory for the Oaks Tornadoes. 9:37 remaining. EEK is in the lead, 21-0 right now tonight in Culm. Kyle Dean here with you online at KSJBAM.com. Download our app. It's free for your phone or tablet. Just type in KSJB in the search bar and download it for free. Allwender underneath center, I formation, 2 wide receivers on the far side of the field. And this time they're going to hand it off once again to number 25, who got it last time, Garrett Magill. And it looks like no gain on that. Met at the line of scrimmage to make it 2nd and 10 or so for the Oaks Tornadoes. 9 minutes remaining, second quarter, 21-0 in favor for the Thunder. Once again, beautiful night tonight. 3 extra points are already good by Gehring for the Thunder. And they're just line drives, no wind. All right, lining up, Tornadoes underneath, Allwender, I formation, 2 wide receivers, far side. Quarterback sneak. Well, they're trying to quarterback sneak. And Allwender is not going to get too much. Looks like he's only going to get about 1 yard or so on the quarterback sneak right underneath the center. That's going to make it about 3rd and 8 for Oaks in Thunder territory at the Thunder 24-yard line. 8:16 remaining. And this will be probably 4 down territory for the Thunder. For the Oaks Tornadoes. They're going to line up at the line of scrimmage. Underneath center, Allwender, I formation, 1 wide receiver left, 1 to the right. Snap, rolls out to the right is Allwender. He's still rolled out, up in the air, and it's anybody's ball. And it's going to be incomplete pass, 4th down for the Oaks Tornadoes, facing a 4th and 8 at the 24-yard line in Thunder territory. Expect them to go for it since they're already deep into Thunder territory. Have a good drive going on right now. 7:49 remaining. Shotgun for Allwender. Schmidt in the backfield. 1 wide receiver to left, 2 to the far side. He's going to go underneath center. No, now they're changing the play. It's a direct snap, and then a toss on the trick play, and going up for a long pass, wide open and right through the hands. Tyler Voigtman. It was a halfback pass. Taylor Shaw was the intended receiver. Incomplete on the trick play, and it was wide open. It was a wide receiver, was Shaw. Turnover on downs, and it's going to be Thunder taking over with 7:43 remaining in the second quarter. The ball will be officially on their own 24-yard line to start things off. That was a beautiful trick play, though, by the Oaks. Wide open was Voigtman on the halfback pass, but it just sailed right over the head of Voigtman. Underneath center, D-Wall. Thunder, they're going to hand it off to the fullback. That's Nathan Peterson. He's going to gain roughly 1 yard or so on that one. Second and 9. Waiting here for the next play as the Thunder are lining up. Underneath center, D-Wall, the I formation, 2 wide receivers, far side, toss onto the left. And it looks like it was a loss there. And getting the carry there was Cole Gehring. No gain on that play by Cole Gehring. That'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Thunder. 21-0. Thunder in the lead, 6:53 remaining in your second quarter. And Thunder lining up the line of scrimmage on a 3rd and long. D-Wald underneath center, I formation, 2 wide receivers to the near side. Rolling out, D-Wald steps up, throws a bomb, and completes on a beautiful pass. And he has one man to beat, and he gets right in. Touchdown, Brennan Vance. That was officially a 75-yard touchdown pass, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 75-yard touchdown pass. DeWald to Brennan Vance for a 75-yard touchdown pass, and that comes at the 6:28 mark in the quarter, the second quarter. Waiting for the extra point now as it is 27-zip. They're going to try to take it 28-0 now. Kick, snap, up is good. And just like that, it's 28-0 Thunder over the Oaks. Back in 1 minute, KSJB. There's the kickoff. Oaks Tornadoes taking it back. That's going to be, I believe, Voigtman, and they're going to start at their own 37-yard line for the Oaks Tornadoes on a 1st and 10 with 6:22 remaining in this second quarter. Got a score, at the end of one quarter. Park River, Fordville, Lincoln leads Harvey Wells County 12-0. That's once again after one quarter. The winner of that game comes down to Culm to play next weekend. Underneath center, waiting for the snap. Allwender, they're going to hand it off to Schmidt. Good run there, and he's going to gain about 6 yards on that by Schmidt. He's having a good running going on here. They make it 2nd and 4. The ball on the 43-yard line or so in their own territory for the Oaks Tornadoes. 5:58 remaining. In your second quarter. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm in the lead, 28-0. Trying to get to that 6-2 mark. Oaks Tornadoes trying to find their first win of the season. Allwender underneath center, I formation, 2 wide receivers near side of the field. They're going to hand it off, this one to Schmidt, I believe, and he gets a good run, gets the 1st down, and he's going to gain a good, looks like, 10, roughly 13-yard gain or so from the gain on that one by Schmidt. On the quick math there on the move. And it's going to be on their own 43, on the Thunder 43-yard line for the 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes. 5:25 remaining. Second quarter, 28-0. Again, the play from head coach Greg Dobitz are the Oaks Tornadoes. Underneath center is Allwender, I formation for the running backs. 1 wide receiver to left, 1 to the right. Snap, and they're going to hand it off to the fullback. Didn't see what the number was. It's a swarm of Thunder just tackling there. That's going to be officially Garrett Magill, looks like. for that carry, and that's going to be a gain of, looks like, 1 or 2 yards.
About 2 yards on the carry.
On that carry by Magill. 2nd and 8
At the 41-yard line.
in Thunder territory. Thunder 41-yard line for the Oaks Tornadoes. 4:40 remaining in the first half before we get to halftime. Oaks are lining up at the line of scrimmage. One wide receiver to the left, one to the right. I formation underneath center. That's Allwender. Hand off to Schmidt, and he's going to gain, looks like, a yard
About a yard to the
for
40-yard
Schmidt.
line of the Thunder.
It's going to be at the 40-yard line in Thunder territory for the Tornadoes to make it 3rd and 7 for the Oaks Tornadoes. Once again, trying to get that first score down 28-0 for tonight's matchup in Culm. Playoff game coming up tomorrow afternoon. 9-man playoffs. Kidder County's at New Rockford Cheyenne in New Rockford. 1:30 kickoff here on KSJB. Tornadoes lining up. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 back in the backfield, shotgun formation, 1 wide receiver on the far side. And it's to a quick fake, but going up through the middle and intercepted. This time it is held and picked off. That's intercepted by Philip Hagan, it looks like. And that's an interception officially on that one. He finally gets one, and the Thunder take over in their own territory on a 1st and 10.
1-yard line.
3:42 remaining in your first half, and the Thunder take over at their own 20, it looks like 21-yard line or so for the Thunder. They're already up 28-0. Mercy rule in North Dakota football after the half is 30-0. Looks like Green Ike is right here in front of me on the side as they're already up 28-0. Underneath center, D-Wall, toss. This time to Gehring. Gehring on the kids off the edge on the near side, still going. That's going to be close to a horse-collar tackle. And that's going to be a 5, 10, 15, roughly a 20-yard gain by Gehring. Gehring gets 20 yards. They're already on their own 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Thunder. 3:35 remaining, second quarter. Thunder 28-0, leading Oaks right now. Lining up at the line of scrimmage. Dewald underneath center. 3 wide receivers on the far side, 1 to the left. And it's going to be a quick pass, and this time it is completed. And trying to get a few more yards with a good 12-yard gain. Complete to the wide receiver, Hunter White. Hunter White gets that reception for a 12-yard reception. And 1st and 10 for the Thunder in Oaks territory at the Oaks 48-yard line. 3:10 remaining, 28-0. As the Thunder are lining up, the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers near side. 1 back in the backfield is Gehring. Dropping back is Dewald. Dewald looking for a quick pass to Brennan Vance. Vance with sidestep. Then sidestep again and gets roughly 5 yards or so on that pass.
To the 44-yard line.
And it'll be the 44-yard line in Oaks territory for the Thunder. 2nd and 5. 2:38 remaining in your first half. 28-0 Thunder. Kyle Diener with you online at ksjbam.com. And Dewald and company lining up at the line of scrimmage. Gehring to the backfield. 3 wide receivers on the far side, 1 to the right. That's going to be a quick toss on the left side to Gehring. Gehring trying to sidestep inside now, and he's going to gain about 3 yards. About 3-yard gain or so on that one to make it 3rd and short. 3rd and short for the next play with 2 minutes remaining in your first half.
3rd down and about 2 yards to go.
So 3rd and 2 in Oaks territory on the Oaks 40-yard line. We'll see what the next play will be called here for the for the Tornadoes defense and the Thunder offense with under 2 minutes remaining. Up 28-0 are the Thunder. Underneath center, shotgun formation is Dewald. He's dropping back. He's looking to the near side, and it was right through the hands of Vance, but it was blocked there by Allwender. Incomplete pass. 4th and 2 for the Thunder. We'll see what head coach Sheely does. And is Green Ike coming in for the play? Yep, Green Ike will be coming in for the play. And also the fullback is Nathan Peterson. He's going to try to gain that 2 yards. I have a feeling it's going to be a Green Ike play as he's coming in off the bench. Hasn't played too much after his 2 scores. I formation, Dewald underneath center. And they are going to hand it off to Green Ike, but we have a dead play that's blown dead. And I believe it's a timeout Timeout for Oaks as they knew Greenike was going to get it. 1:37 remaining. Back at 1 minute. KSJB. 4th down and 2, and Greenike gets the carry, and 4th and 2. He's running to the 20, to the 10, and he goes all the way for the end zone. Touchdown, Greenike. He comes in off the bench after taking a breather and gets the play and runs away with it on the far side of the edge. That is a 40-yard touchdown run by Greenike. His third.
Makes a run of 40 yards for the touchdown.
And we're waiting for the extra point. And if I'm not mistaken,
for the Thunder.
looking at some stats here really quick as we're waiting for the extra point, Greenike now he is over the 20-yard mark for touchdowns. He's at 21 touchdowns on the season. Extra point is up and good. Now make it 35-0 in favor for the Thunder. Back in 1 minute, KSJB. Line drive kick, and it's going to be picked up inside the 10-yard line, and that's where the Oaks Tornadoes are going to start. And with 1:22 remaining in the first half before halftime, it's 35-0 in favor for the Thunder, trying to move on to 6-2. And once again, very young team for the Oaks Tornadoes. Lots of freshmen, 11 freshmen, I said during the pregame show. And mostly a good crowd, a good juniors, I guess you would say, for the Thunder crowd, and a few seniors. Here we go on the offense, deep in their own territory, right at the end zone for shotgun for Allwender for the Oaks Tornadoes. And it's going to be a screen pass to Schmidt, and he's going to run away, gets to the 20, and he eventually gets down at the 30. That's roughly, let's see here, 5, 10, 15, roughly a 20 or so yard pass on that one from what I can see. 23-yard gain on that screen pass. That's Schmidt on that screen pass with the reception. 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes at their own 30-yard line. 1 minute remaining before we get to halftime. Allwender underneath center, I formation, and they're going to hand it off this time to Schmidt again, and he's going to get no gain. Met at the line of scrimmage. Schmidt has carried the ball 14 times so far for tonight. I'll look up at his stats here once we get to halftime. Joe Jacobs not here tonight. He's off for this weekend, and that's one thing I miss him for, is that he usually adds up all the stuff, so I get to do math now here tonight on the radio. We'll see how well I can do. 32 seconds remaining before we get going for the halftime. They'll have Parents' Night tonight here in Kulm. Keep that in mind. Shotgun formation for Allwender. 3 wide receivers to the right. 2nd and 10. They're going to try to do a screen and getting it out right out of the air and intercepted. Number 44, that's Nathan Peterson. Nathan Peterson with the interception. And that will be the 3rd interception. And it's going to be Thunder's ball with 15 seconds remaining. We'll see if Coach Shealy is just going to take a knee or not. They head into the second half. D-Wald's out there. Looks like they're just going to take a knee just to run it down to go to halftime. We'll wait here to make sure. There it is. Yep. So at half, the Thunder 35 and the Oaks Tornadoes 0. At the end of 2 quarters of play, we'll be back in about 3 minutes or so for the halftime show on KSJB. We're back here in Kulm for tonight. Halftime score 35-0 in favor for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm, leading Oaks. Starting with some stats, starting for the Thunder. Clayton Greenike has 6 carries for 153 yards and 3 touchdowns. And also Cole Gehring has 4 carries for 41 yards. Total for the team, they have 13 rushes for 204 yards and 3 touchdowns unofficially for the Thunder. Passing for D-Wald, 4 of 8 for 119 yards, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception for D-Wald. Receiving, well, we have a 28-yard receiving yards for Luke Wirtz and a touchdown. Brennan Vance has 79 yards and a touchdown. And also Hunter White has 12 yards for reception. Passing, once again, they have 119 yards passing. It's been all running, though. Clayton Greenike, 6 carries, 153 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And their team, once again, 13 rushes, 204 yards, 3 touchdowns. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Oaks stats coming up here in a few moments on KSJB. All right, once again, halftime show as Parents' Night's going on. We're still at halftime, 35-0 in favor for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm leading Oaks. Oaks stats, taking a look quick here for the quarterback. That'll be Coy Allwender. He has officially, it looks like 5 of 12, 67 yards, and 3 interceptions. Also, there was an incomplete pass by Tyler Voigtman on the halfback pass, and he's 0-1. Receiving, the most receiving right now would have to be the running back Schmidt, who has 44 yards receiving. He also has the most rushing is Schmidt. He has 14 carries for 38 yards. So lots of different stats here. Still, it is all Thunder here tonight. And once again, they will have the mercy rule in effect once it hits 30 points at halftime. The clock keeps running. The only way to stop the clock is to get under that 30 points or take a timeout, and that's it. That's all you can do to stop the clock. Even if you go out of bounds, there's a flag, move the chains. The clock keeps running in the second half if it's 30 points or more in football action in North Dakota. Taking a look at some scores. Once again, the score that we're keeping track of is Park River, Fordville, Lincoln, and Harvey Wells County. Last time I got an update was the end of the first quarter, 12-0 in favor for Park River, Fordville, Lincoln, leading Harvey Wells County. That's after one quarter, and I'm still waiting for an update to see what it is at halftime. Once again, 12-0 in favor for Park River, Fordville, Lincoln. Other scores, as I'm waiting here for my good old phone to refresh and see what's going on around the region. Last day of Class A football for tonight. Beulah Miners and Valley City are battling at halftime. Valley City's in the lead, 20-6. Other matchups tonight. Hillsborough Central Valley is leading Lisbon, 28-0. Bismarck St. Mary's leading Central Dakota, 35-0. West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn leading Lewis and Clark Our Redeemers, 14-0. That is 6:22 left in the first half. Bismarck Century leading Bismarck 14-7 with 3:11 remaining in the first half. Moving on to some other scores. See if I can find anything here. Looks like Velva leads Delax Burlington 16-0. In that matchup going up north of us. And that's all I have for some score action for tonight. And it's still pretty early as we just hit 8 o'clock. Once again, Mercy Rule is in effect for this next half unless they get under that 30-point matchup for the Oaks Tornadoes. We have a few moments left here at halftime. We're online at KSJBAM.com. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll talk about our upcoming broadcast schedule for this weekend and next weekend on KSJB. Back in Kulm, Parents' Night going on as they're bringing out all the parents here tonight, and they got 3-4 rows lined up here in the middle of the field and still going. Lots of players, lots of parents tonight for senior night for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. Looks like there's only a couple left, and looks like we'll have a little longer than halftime. Right now the score is 35-0 in favor for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm. So here's our upcoming broadcast schedule now. Coming up tomorrow on AM 600 KSJB, we have a 9-man playoff game, the first round of the playoffs. Kidder County will be at New Rockford Cheyenne in New Rockford for that 9-man first-round matchup. That game will be about 1:10 p.m. for the pregame. 1:30 kickoff is scheduled from New Rockford and here on AM 600 KSJB. Now, if you're wondering where the Bison game is, well, the Bison will move to Mix 93.3 FM, and it's going to be online at mixjamestown.com. So we will still have the Bison game on our stations. It's just going to be moved to the FM station on Mix 93.3 FM. Don't forget, you can still listen online and on your phone, mixjamestown.com. After that, well, next weekend, there's no more Friday night games. They're all Saturday afternoon games from here on out, depending how the teams do in our regions, of course. We will have a Class A playoff game next Saturday, October 22nd. It will be Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm hosting the Park River, Fordville, Lincoln, and Harvey Wells County winner. Who they are hosting, we do not know yet. Park River, Fordville, Lincoln was leading Harvey Wells County 12-0 after 1 quarter of play, and still waiting on some more result. That game time is to be announced also, since we're still waiting for the outcome of that game. That game will be in Kulm, though, so once again, it will be here like it is tonight in Kulm for the playoff game. After that, well, it's still up in the air for the next weekend because, well, we'll see how the teams do in the region for both the Class A region and also the 9-man region. So we will wait and see how that goes. So that's a little bit of our preview schedule for that. So tomorrow, Bison Football and Mix 93.3 and 9-man playoff game on AM 600 KSJB. That's at 1:30 in the afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon, right here on the radio. We still have a few moments left before we get going for the second half. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break and back for third quarter action on KSJB. Back in Kulm tonight, Kyle Dean here with you. Joe Jacobs, he is on off today, I should say. He is on vacation for a little bit at a wedding in Wisconsin, I believe, and he's listening on that good old mobile phone app. So you can listen too on the mobile phone app. Just search KSJB on the Google Play or the Apple App Store, because Mr. Joe Jacobs is, and, well, he'll be back next week. Everybody needs time off every now and then, right? Everybody should agree on that part. Joe, we miss you. Can't wait until you get back for next week, even though you're at a wedding, so... And we might have a score update from the Harvey game. Nope, nothing yet. So here we go, kickoff, and Oaks will take it back. Fielded there by Voigtman. Voigtman is good at a huge block there, and Voigtman's still on the left side. And he's going to get to the 40, 45, and finally brought down at the 50-yard line, it looks like. That's a good 30, 35-yard return by Voigtman, starting at their own, looks like it'll be in the Thunder territory. We'll see where the ref actually placed it, 49-yard line. So Oaks starting at the Thunder 49-yard line. Third quarter, 11:46 remaining. Now the clock keeps running because of that mercy rule. The only way to stop the clock, timeouts or score under 30 points. So the Oaks Tornadoes need to score here to stop the clock from running. And they're going to hand it off to Schmidt once again, and he's going to gain a yard from what I can see on that. It'll be 2nd and 9. Clock still running. 35-0 right now in favor for the Thunder.
2 yards on the game there for Schmidt.
Waiting here to see what's going to happen for the play from Greg Dobitz. Thunder are still waiting to see which opponent they're going to play also for next weekend. On a Saturday afternoon game in Kulm. Oaks trying to end the season on a high note. They will be moving down to 9-man next year, the Tornadoes. 2 wide receivers near side. All right, formation, handoff. That's Schmidt once again. And he's going to get, there's a fumble, they said. Yeah, looks like it's been fumbled, but who's going to get it? It's right at the 45-yard line in Thunder territory. We'll see here. Wow, they're fighting for it in the pile. Lots of refs there. And it's officially going to be Oaks' ball yet. So that's a gain of 2 yards after that fumble by Schmidt. So a lucky break there by the Oaks Tornadoes. 10:28 remaining, 35-0. The ball on the Thunder 44-yard line for the Oaks Tornadoes here tonight in Kulm. Online at ksjbam.com. Thank you to Steve Allen for running the board here tonight. The unsung hero here on the radio. Underneath center will be Coy Awender. And move it to the right side. Schmidt getting the carry once again, and he's going to gain 3 yards to make it 4th and short. So 4th and short coming up. It looks like it's going to be near the 40-yard line in Thunder territory. So we'll see. Most likely the Tornadoes are going to go for it since this is their last game of the year, and they're already in the territory of the Thunder. As they're lined up at the line of scrimmage, 2 wide receivers to the right side, I formation. Allwender is going to hand it off to Schmidt, and it might be stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Yes, no good. Turnover on downs, and a defensive hold there by the swarm of Thunder. The rumble of Thunder was felt on that one, and it's going to be 1st and 10. Coming up for the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm Thunder with 9:32 remaining in the third quarter. The ball placed on about the 41-yard line for the Thunder, their own 41-yard line. And we might have more of the younger crowd coming in now for the Thunder, but it looks like D-Wald's still in. And we got a couple new running backs, but it's going to be a toss to the right side to the running back, and that's going to be the pitch. That's Bryce Fisher. Bryce Fisher, he usually plays tight end, and he's going to gain 8 yards on that carry. So expect some new running backs in the backfield. Looks like Cole Gehring's coming in off the bench. He'll be the next running back lining up. It's going to be second and roughly 2 or 3, it looks like, near midfield for the Thunder. Under 9 minutes to go, third quarter here tonight in Culm. Underneath center. Handoff, left side is Gehring. Gehring gets the first down. That's a good 5-6 yard gain on that one. And Gehring. And that was, excuse me. There we go. Now I got all the stats right. It's 8-yard gain, and Gehring will get roughly a 6-yard gain on that. It's going to be 1st and 10 either way for the Thunder in Oaks territory. D-Wald underneath center. And, that's kind of a mishap play, but a quarterback keeper now and trying to plow forward is D-Wald. And D-Wald looks like he's only going to gain about 2 yards on that carry by D-Wald. That's his first carry, by the way, for D-Wald. And I think that looked like a broken play. It's still going to be 2nd and 8 or so. 8 minutes to go, third quarter. Waiting here for the D-Wald and company lineup. The line is scrimmage. One wide receiver to the left, one to the right. I formation. Gehring's in the backfield. And this time they're going to pitch it to Gehring. And it's going to be a gain. No gain, it looks like, on that by Gehring. And now we wait for 3rd and long. Coming up for the Thunder in Oaks territory. We're online today at KSJBAM.com. 7:21 remaining, third quarter. It's 35-0 in favor for the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm Thunder. D-Wald underneath center, I formation, and they are going to hand it off to Gehring. He's dragging some tornadoes with, and a gain of only about 1 or 2 on that. And that will make it 4th and 5. 4th and 5. The ball is on the Oaks 41-yard line, and we'll see what head coach Sheely will do. D-Wald getting the play from the coach. Right now they're facing a 4th and 5, up 35-0. That clock is just running away. 6:38 remaining in the third quarter. Mercy rule is in effect, as it is 30 points or over in the second half for the lead of one team. Underneath center, D-Wald, a fumble. He's going to pick it up and going to get sacked right away, and that's going to be a loss of about 6 yards on that. And turnover on downs on that fumble. They grab it back up, but Oaks is starting at their own territory, and it'll be on their own 47-yard line. So Oaks has a chance to stop that clock with 6:21 remaining third quarter. We'll see what the Tornadoes can do as they're down by 35, trying to win that first game of the season. On one there underneath center, I formation. Schmidt is in the back, and wow, that's a quick broken play on that one. It looks like the quarterback kept it, so no gain. No gain on that play by Allwender on that one. 2nd and 10. 5:55 remaining. 35-0 Thunder. Great crowd here tonight. It is Parents' Night tonight in Culm. They will have another game in Culm next weekend for the playoff game. Still waiting on a score update to see whom they will be playing. At least we don't. Right now, the last time I had a score update, it was Park River Fordville Lincoln leading Harvey-Wells County 12-0 in Harvey. Allwender underneath center, I formation. They're going to drop back as Allwender, going for a pass near side, and it's up, and it's tipped, and it's going to be, looks like, incomplete pass. And looking for a play was Voigtman, incomplete pass, so still going to be 3rd and 10 in Oaks territory at the 46-yard line or so. 5 minutes to go. 3rd and 10. We'll see where and what the Oaks Tornadoes will do with that clock running. Mercy rule in effect. Online, KSJBAM.com. Tomorrow, nine-man playoff game coming up. Kidder County at New Rockford Cheyenne at 1:30 for kickoff on KSJB. Bison football on our sister station, Mix 93.3 FM at 2:30 p.m. kickoff. Shotgun for the Tornadoes. Allwender drop it back for a pass. He's going to pass, and that was a fumble, or they going to say incomplete pass. So he was hit, and he thought he was in a throwing motion. They're going to say incomplete pass, and that will make it 4th down. 4th and 10 for the Oaks Tornadoes. 4:20 remaining third quarter. Mercy rule in effect once again. They're lining up at the line of scrimmage. Will be the Tornadoes, seeing which play they will do here. And they are going to punt it as they're still in their own territory. So returning the punt, from what I could see, will be Dylan Madke, and he's just going to let it bounce. And still bounce and still roll inside the 5. It's going to be about the 2 or 3 yard line. Wow, what a beautiful punt there by the Oaks Tornadoes, and EEK has to start about their own 3 yard line. 3:42 remaining in your third quarter. And we'll see what the Thunder can do, because you never know, they might be in these situations come playoff time, and a good time to practice some things. We'll see what Coach Shealy does for this situation. They're up 35-0. And we're waiting here for the play to resume, and they're lining up at the line of scrimmage. It will be Dewald underneath center. They're going to toss it, and getting the carry there. And it's going to be a safety. Sacked in the, it's a running back. That was officially on a loss for Nate. This was Bryce Fisher. Bryce Fisher got the handoff, and it's going to be a loss of 3 yards. And just like that, it's a safety. So a safety happened for the Oaks Tornadoes. I was at the 3:29 mark. A safety. I've been having to rip that all year. And with that, it's going to be 35-2 in favor for EEK. And looks like Oaks will get the ball back after the safety. So that's a rare situation there. I haven't seen too many safeties. I actually haven't seen a safety yet this season here for the radio broadcast. So 35-2 with a safety. And that's some situation that Coach Shealy, you never know, might have to be in during the playoffs and figure out exactly how to block it. So they're getting ready to kick it to the Oaks Tornadoes as they just got a safety on that. Waiting here. The ball is set at the 20 for the kickoff from the safety. There's a kick. Pretty good kick. And it's going to be picked up by Schmidt. Schmidt does pick it up, and he's going to be tackled at about the 49-yard line in looks like Thunder territory. So 1st and 10 for Oaks at the 49-yard line. 3:22 remaining in your third quarter. 35-2. Still above that 30-point mercy rule, and the clock will still keep running here. The safety was on that last play after the tackle behind the line of scrimmage on that. So here we go, and that's a bad pass. It's fumbled, and picking it up is Allwender, and he's trying to just break every tackle. That's going to be a loss of 5, 10, 15, about 17-yard loss on that for Allwender. So great field position, and now it's going to go way back on that one. That was a bad toss, and it was just fumbled, a broken play. It'll be at the 35-yard line for Oaks now. They're facing second and quite a while to go. They have to get all the way to the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 39, and they are currently at their own 35. So they need to get to the Thunder 39 at their own 35. 2:33 remaining. Waiting here for the next snap. Allwender underneath center, I formation. Schmidt in the backfield, rolling out to the left, and they're just going to try to get a quick pass, and Schmidt grabs it right out of the air with 2 defenders by him, and he's going to gain roughly about 8 yards on that pass.
got an 8-yard gain.
So not bad to make it second and still a long way to go, though. Or third long way to go. The ball is officially on their own 44-yard line. 2:11 remaining, third quarter. As the clock has stopped, it looks like an injury is down right here near us. So that's why the clock has stopped. There's an injury right in front of us. Defensive player, it looks like number 6. That's Dylan Madkey. Dylan Madkey gets up under his own power, and that will now get back to the clock in motion on a third and a long way to go. Oaks has the ball. They're down 35-2 here tonight in Kulm. Wender is shotgun formation. Schmidt right behind him. 2 wide receivers near side. 1 wide receiver to the far. Now he's changing the play, and here we go. It's direct snap to Schmidt, and sniffing it out right away. That will be a huge tackle there, and losing yardage is Lane Hansen, the defensive end, the junior. He sniffs that play right out and goes straight for that. I'll make it fourth and a long way to go. With the third quarter wrapping up, 1:21 remaining in the third quarter. It's going to be roughly, I believe, 4th down and 27, and they're going to punt it away. Good punt. Very good punt. And it's going to roll out of bounds at the 31-yard line for the Thunder. So it'll be at their own 31-yard line is where the Thunder will take over on this next possession. 1 minute remaining. 35-2, in favor for the Thunder. Forgot about that safety there. Score update from Harvey. Park River Fordville Lincoln is leading Harvey Wells County at halftime, 32-0. 32-0. So at this rate, Park River Fordville Lincoln might be traveling to Kulm next week. It all depends if Harvey makes a big comeback after halftime. But right now, 30.
Score update, Park River leads at halftime, 33-0.
32-0. Yep. Yep, so 32-0 over Harvey in that matchup. So it looks like Park River Fordville Lincoln at this rate, it's only halftime. That's why you play the rest of the game and see what happens. And there's a carry. Start things off for Gehring. 6-yard gain. 6 yard for Gehring. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Thunder as the quarter is wrapping up. 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 2nd and 4 for the Thunder, lining up at the line of scrimmage. Dewald and company. Underneath center. Dewald, I formation. 1 wide receiver left, 1 to the right. Handoff, and that's going to be a handoff officially. That is Bryce Fisher. And he gains maybe 2 yards on that carry. Third and 2 yards to go for the Thunder at their own 39-yard line. They're going to run it down, and that's the end of 3 quarters. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 35, Oaks Tornadoes 2. Back in 1 minute, KSJB.
For over 60 years, the staff at Hometown Credit Union continues.
Yeah,
serving you.
looks like Park
The
River will be
smiling face,
traveling
a
down
friendly
here
hello, and a thank you. They are proud to offer many more great conveniences to their members, like credit
Park River?
union
No.
online, your Visa debit card, and special
I don't think they are.
CDs.
Let me check here.
They're owned by the
I don't think they
members,
are.
and the people locally make the decisions.
Yep, Park.
and we
Nope,
look
top
forward
5.
to
So
serving
Park
you
River is
today
not
and
ranked.
Tomorrow. Hometown Credit Union in Kulm, Ashley, and Hazelton. Member NCUA.
That's a long
Your
trip.
friends at Central
Park
Sales
River.
Incorporated in Jamestown.
Park
have a
River
nice
by
big
Grand
surprise
Forks.
for you. The new
North of Grand Forks, yeah.
Combine
It's like
with
three
innovative
and a half
technology
hours,
and innovative
almost.
financing to
Almost
help you
3 and a
grow
half.
your business.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised
Almost
at just
3 and a
how
half.
efficient, reliable, and comfortable a Gleaner S9 Series Combine can be, and how easy
Huh?
it is to work the financing too.
Yep.
Get in on a good thing. See the all-new Gleaner S9 Series
Yeah.
Combines today at Central Sales Incorporated, 3 miles south of Jamestown on Highway 281.
Say again. Oh, 1 sec. We are back here on AM 600 KSJB. Here we go, waiting for the next possession. Bad snap, but it's going to be picked up right by the quarterback. We got a new quarterback in. That's going to be Philip Hagan, and he's going to gain that first down for the Thunder, and that's a 1st and 10 coming up as the clock's running. Mercy rule 35-2 in favor for the Thunder. 11:38 remaining, fourth quarter. Clock still running. This game running pretty quick here, as it was quick 35-0 on that after the first half. Now it's 35-2 after the safety by Oaks, and the Thunder get it right back underneath center. That's Philip Hagan. He's a junior this year. 3 backs toss it left side, and that will be a toss to Bryce Fisher, and that's a loss of about 3 or 4 yards on that. That'll make it officially 2nd and long. 2nd and 14 at their own 41-yard line. 11 minutes to go here tonight in Kulm. So at this rate, halftime, it was 32-0 in favor for Park River Fordville Lincoln, leading at the half in Harvey. And if they keep up that score, Park River Fordville Lincoln might be traveling down to Kulm for a playoff football game next weekend. That's the afternoon game, time to be determined. Here we go. Hagan going up for a long pass, and what a beautiful catch. That's a beautiful catch by Hunter White, and it's right down at the 2-yard line. That was roughly about a 60-yard pass, I think, if he was near that 40 or so. It's going to be roughly a 60-yard pass or so. And that's going to make it 1st and goal for the Thunder at their own 2-yard line. 10 minutes to go in your quarter. That's Hunter White with that great reception. He caught it on his fingertips and just ran away with it. Beat his man and got a fingertip catch. Lining up the line of scrimmage are the Thunder. Underneath center is Philip Hagan. He's playing backup quarterback. 3 backs in the backfield. Gehring is also at the key. They're going to try to hand it off, and no gain on that one by Talon Walks. Talon Walks, that is a senior at 195 pounds, trying to get the carry, and that's a loss. Going to make it around the, looks like the 4-yard line to make it 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line, 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. 9 minutes remaining in the game, 35-2. Thunder threatening the score on their lead once again tonight in Kulm. Underneath center is Hagan. 3 backs in the backfield. No wide receivers on left or right. And that's going to be a toss. Toss. Fisher driving up and gets the 70-yard touchdown run is Fisher. And that's a touchdown for the Thunder at the 8:45 mark in the quarter. And so once again, Fisher with a 7-yard touchdown run. Extra point is pending for the Thunder. They're up 41-2. They're going to try an extra point to make it 42-2. And coming back into the game is Bryce Fisher. Here we go, waiting for the snap, hold, kick, up, and, that's barely going to make it. It's going to say no good. It bounces off the bottom of the crossbar, and that will make it no good. 41-2, back in a minute, KSJB. 41-2 in favor for Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm tonight in Kulm. And it was the last time a touchdown, a 70-yard touchdown run by Bryce Fisher, and there's the kick. And it's trying to get a great run and gets a great one. That's going to be Dalton. No, excuse me. I believe that was Logan Sell. Logan Sell with a great return. 1st and 10 for the Oaks Tornadoes. 8:02 remaining in the ball game tonight. The ball will be officially on the 49-yard line. Their own 49-yard line for the Oaks Tornadoes. Tornadoes have always had good returns here for this evening, starting near that midfield mark. All right, here we go. Underneath center, Cole Allwender, I formation. And hand off to Schmidt on to the right side. He breaks free, moving to the left, and he gains a good 5-10. It looks like about 15 yards or so on that carry by Schmidt. I'll bring it down to the 37-yard line in Thunder territory. 7:31 remaining. Once again, younger players in for the Thunder here tonight. Trying to name a couple. Seth Strong, Dalton Schnabel. Also, we have Colton Rahl in there. Peyton Merkel. And we also have Cale Mathern also in for defense. Schmidt with a carry, and he's going to gain about 70 yards on that one for Schmidt. Once again, pretty much JV team going in here for tonight. The varsity team is going to be done for tonight as they're getting ready probably to take on Park River, Fordville, Lincoln. All depends on that game going on in Harvey tonight. 32-0 it was at halftime in favor for Park River, Fordville, Lincoln. Underneath center once again, Allwender. He's going to hand it off to Schmidt on the left side. He's taken off, trying to go all the way. Touchdown! That's a 30-yard touchdown run by Schmidt. Good run by Schmidt on the left side. And that will make it 41-8. Waiting here for the extra point. Now Schmidt with a 40-yard run. Waiting for the point, up, and it's good. That will make it officially 41-9. Fourth quarter, still about 6 minutes left. Back in a minute, KSJB. 41-9 in favor for the Thunder. Good return there, roughly at the 35-yard line for the Thunder to start things off with officially 5:54 remaining in the ball game. The last touchdown by the Oaks, it was Schmidt with about a 30-yard touchdown run. Extra point good, 41-9 in favor for the Thunder right now. Most of the varsity staff taking a breather, so we have most of the JV coming in for the Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm Thunder. They're getting all situated. Looks like we have a timeout. We will too. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout, KSJB. Underneath center, a brand new quarterback. It's Cale Mathern. Cale Mathern, he is a freshman on the squad, and they are going to hand it off this time to Bryce Fisher. And he's going to gain maybe a yard on that play by Bryce Fisher. So lots of JV coming in here, trying different looks on offense, it looks like, for Sheely with some of the younger crew. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Thunder. The ball is on their own 37-yard line. Kyle Dean here with you. Joe Jacobs off for this weekend. He'll be back next weekend for the playoff game here in Kulm. And still waiting on a score update, see what the final score will be in Harvey between Park River, Fordville, Lincoln, and Harvey, Wells County. Underneath center, that's Cale Mathern, I formation, 2 wide receivers on the far side of the field. Toss, and that's going to be actually a bad toss. It's going to be fumbled. Who's going to get the ball? It's still rolling and officially picked up by Oaks. Recovered by Oaks on the fumble, so the young crowd for the Thunder having a rough time, and Oaks gets it right back with 5:01 remaining. And the Tornadoes will take over 1st and 10 at the Thunder 25-yard line. So great field position, and if I'm not mistaken, 41, yeah, they can get it underneath that 30 points to stop that clock. Underneath center is Allwender, I formation, and they're going to hand it off, it looks like, to Schmidt once again. And he's going to gain 3 yards on that. 2nd and long coming up near that 20-yard line in Thunder territory. Oaks is down 41-9 here tonight in Kulm. The younger players trying to learn a little bit since they are once again facing a young squad also. Oaks Tornadoes have been playing against varsity all season, and there's a lot of freshmen, 11 freshmen on the squad. Oaks Tornadoes are moving down to 9-man next season. Snap, Allwender. And he's going to hand it off left side to Schmidt. Sidestep. He's still plowing. Gets the first down and more. Inside the 10, inside the 5, it looks like. first and goal coming up for the Thunder at the 5-yard line. Clock still ticking, 3:55 remaining. Tornadoes just trying to get another touchdown, and that will bring it under that 30-point mark, in which the clock will go back to normal. Waiting here. All they need to score is at least 3 points, and all of a sudden they got that under that mark. Schmidt gets a handoff and a touchdown. 5-yard touchdown run, and the clock goes back to normal just like that. So that touchdown comes at the 3:26 mark. That will be officially a 5-yard touchdown run by Schmidt. And that's his second rushing touchdown tonight. Waiting for the extra point. Clock goes back to normal now. Waiting for the snap, hold, kick, up, and that one is no good. It looks like it got tipped. And it is now 41-15, 3:26 remaining fourth quarter. Back in 1 minute, KSJB. Coach Shealy trying to get some of these younger players some experience, as currently they are up 41-15, but they have had rough offense and rough defense, and the running clock has stopped. Mercy rule is not in effect anymore, as it is now 41-15. So we are back to normal clock here in the fourth quarter. Kyle Dean here with you in Kulm tonight. EEK has a playoff game next Saturday. We have a playoff game this Saturday for 9-man football. Kidder County at New Rockford Cheyenne, 1:30 kickoff from New Rockford. With me, Kyle Dean, tomorrow afternoon, online at ksjbam.com. All right, we're going to hand it off this time. They are handing it off to Ryan Ost, a junior at 160 pounds. He's going to make it 2nd and 9, only a 1-yard gain. 3 minutes to go. As it's been all Oaks in the fourth quarter with that safety, and then all of a sudden 2 touchdowns by Schmidt. That running clock has stopped, and now the Thunder just trying to get some of the younger crowd some experience. At quarterback, it's Cale Mathern. He's a freshman at 140 pounds. Running back, we have number 34, Ethan Caruth. And this time they're going to toss it to left side to Ryan Ost. And he's going to lose about a yard to make it 3rd and 10. Coming up for the Thunder. 2:23 remaining, 41-15. Waiting here for the next play as the clock still runs. 2:13 remaining at the fourth quarter. And coming in for the play, it's going to be Philip Hagan. I think he's going to play a little wide receiver. Quarterback yet is still Cale Mathern. Clock is running. They're lining up at the line of scrimmage. And underneath center is Mathern. I formation. And they're trying to get a good run once again, and nothing to go for Ryan Ost. But he breaks free on the left side. He's trying to run away. Gets the first down at the 40. That's a good 5, 10, 15, 20, 25-yard line gain. 27, amount of 25-yard gain there officially by Ryan Ost. Not bad on that. He breaks free. It looks like it was a broken play. He runs away. First down. 1:42 remaining. Clock still running after those run plays. 41-15. Once again, thank you to Steve Allen for running the board here tonight and every Friday night for this season. Much appreciated for that. And thank you for also posting the scores on our social media sites. Steve Allen, the unsung hero here on the radio. Thank you, Thank you, Steve. He says you're welcome. All right. Underneath center, it's going to be a toss, and that's a bad toss again, and it's going to be picked up by Oaks. And they're going to say he's down at the 50. Another bad toss, and that's a fumble. And Oaks gets it right back. So this younger crowd for the Thunder need a little bit more practice. So fumble on that. And 1:11 remaining at the 50-yard line is where the Oaks Tornadoes will start. And Schmidt already has 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. He's going to try to probably get a third and make that score a little bit closer. All right, we got a new, looks like the quarterback, underneath is still Allwender, I formation. Schmidt's going to get the carry on the right side, and nobody's on the edge to get him, so he's going to run away to the 20, to the 10, and he's going to walk in for a 50-yard touchdown run just like that. Nobody on the edge. And my goodness, 1 minute remaining and another Oaks Tornado touchdown. It's 41-21. Schmidt is having a heyday right now in the fourth quarter with the 50-yard touchdown run. Extra point pending. 41-21, down to a 20-point game now. It was 35-zip, then 35-2. Then it was 41-2, 41-9, and 41-15, and now 41-21. And that will make it still 41-21. It looks like we have a timeout on the field. We'll just keep it here. Once again, Bison football is going to be on our sister station tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. pregame, 2:30 kickoff. That will be on Mix 93.3 and on MixJamestown.com. So Bison football will still be on the radio, just on the FM station, Mix 93.3. We'll have playoff football here tomorrow afternoon for 9-man playoffs. All right, looks like they're going for 2 points. 2-point conversion pending. Allwender is underneath center. I formation. One wide receiver to the left. One to the right. Waiting here for Allwender. And there's the snap, and they are going to, so goes down to a quick handoff and gets it is Garrett Moghill for a 2-point conversion is good. That'll make it 41-23 now. So lots of touchdowns for the Oaks Tornadoes in the fourth quarter. Started with that safety in the third quarter. And that young crew for the Thunder have a lot of practice to do, giving up those touchdowns. Back in 30 seconds, KSJB. The score right now, 41-23, 1 minute remaining. 3 touchdowns for Schmidt in the fourth quarter. And Oaks has been scoring against the JV, the young Thunder crew, very easily. Schmidt always gets off to the edge and goes for the races. Here we go. See what kind of kick they're going to do, and it's going to be a decent kick. And it's going to be picked up at the 30 and eventually and outside by the 37-yard line. This is where the Thunder are going to start with 56 seconds remaining, see if they can hang on to the ball for the next 56 seconds. And Oaks 41-23 right now. Kyle Dean here with you on AM 600 KSJB. Playoff game next weekend for EEK. The game will be next Saturday afternoon in Culm. Don't know who they're playing yet or what time the game will be. Right now, Park River Fortville Lincoln was leading Harvey Wells County 32-0 at halftime, and they're just going to take a knee. And that will probably run down the clock to wrap up this football game tonight, as there's still 46 seconds left, but it's 41-23. Waiting here for the next snap, I believe, as the Thunder will move on to 6-2. Oaks will go to 0-8 on the season, as this is the last regular season game here tonight for both teams. Playoffs start next Saturday, in which the Thunder are in the playoffs. They're going to shake hands, meet in the middle. Final score, Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm 41, Oaks 23. Back in a few moments for the postgame show, KSJB. Lots of fireworks going on in Culm as the Thunder have one of their best record as a co-op, 6-2, and the first time in the playoffs. They will be next weekend. They're going to play a home game in Culm. Ellendale-Edgeley-Kulm taking on, don't know yet. It's either going to be Park River Fortville Lincoln or Harvey Wells County. And Park River Fortville Lincoln was leading Harvey Wells County 32-0 at halftime. We'll have the time and everything to be announced by this weekend, hopefully, on KSJBAM.com and our Facebook page. All right, let's run some stats down before we go. It was first to start off with a 50-yard touchdown run for Clayton Greenike. Extra point was good, 7-0 EEK. Next, it was a great pass from Dewald to Luke Wirtz, a 28-yard touchdown pass. Extra point good, 14-0 Thunder. After that, the Thunder score again with a 27-yard touchdown run by Greenike. Extra point good, 21-0 after one quarter. Another touchdown pass. This time it was from D-Wall to Brennan Vance. A 75-yard touchdown pass. Extra point was good. 28-0 Thunder. And then it was Greenike with a 40-yard touchdown run. Extra point good. 35-0 at halftime. Not much scoring happened in the third quarter except a safety by the Oaks Tornadoes to make it 35-2. They get the ball back. They drive. Then they get a touchdown, I should say, in the fourth quarter. Was the Thunder, get the touchdown with 8:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. A 7-yard touchdown run by Brian Fisher. Extra point no good. 41-2 Thunder. Then the touchdown started for Schmidt for the Oaks Tornadoes. It was first I believe a 30-yard touchdown run. Extra point good. 41-9. Then it was a 5-yard touchdown run by Schmidt. Extra point no good, 41-15. And then it was a 50-yard touchdown run. Extra point, 2-point conversion good. 41-23 final score tonight in Kulm. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon as we have 9-man playoff action here on KSJB. Kidder County is at New Rockford Cheyenne. 1:10 pregame with a 1:30 kickoff on KSJB. The Bison game will be on Mix 93.3 FM due to the playoff game. That'll do it for me. Thank you very much. And also thank you to Steve Allen for running the board tonight. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon. KSJB and KSJBAM.com. Good night. .com. 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 Good night.